do the thing this and be like, oh my god, it's me.
Good morning.
Bro.
I hear that.
Yes, people, wagwan. You're listening to I Hear That podcast.
I hear that.
Yes. It was back again, your favourite bunch.
Like a bunch of grapes.
Sweetest. Plumpest.
I like the red ones. I like the greens.
You are stupid, mate. You are stupid.
I heard that.
But yeah, let's get into it anyways, fam. Let's get into it, fam. So, yeah, man. Obviously, like,
Story in Balamori.
what you lot saying? Work wives and work husbands. What you lot saying, fam?
It's
That's
a political one.
That's mad, isn't it?
It's a political one, isn't it? Can you imagine?
Not even trying to hear it,
Imagine.
right?
Work wife.
I hear that.
People do though, you know. People have work wives all the
work
time.
husband,
bro.
you know. Do you know what a husband is? Do you know what a wife is?
I've been told a couple of times.
Work wife and husband. What are you talking about?
I've been told a couple of times that I'm a work husband. Still can't lie. That you got a work husband. That I'm a work husband. Just asking. I just asking it. When you have to put that punctuality. I know all of you been told that you're a work husband, fam. Don't even try them ones with me. I know that for a fact.
Nah, not really.
Not really. Never entertained the idea.
Oh really? Really? Oh. Okay.
Never really entertained the idea, to be honest.
I don't think you mean you don't have to entertain it, but I think you get it.
I like this one.
You know what I mean?
It's a quick one. I mean, this one. Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. For me, I thought work husband and work wife was just like, obviously, you know, like two people who get on really well. Everyone else can see it, but it's just like it's whatever. Do you know what I mean? But then
sometimes it can
I've seen that. Yeah, work wife. Some people take it like literally. Like
them things ruin families, you know. I've seen it. I won't go into it. But I've seen it.
I've seen some people go home tense to their partners.
I know some people. People were leaving wives at home and shagging at work, fam. That's mad.
It's mad, isn't it?
Peak.
Putting in overtime and happily not
people
getting
do it,
paid. You know,
Listen,
in their voluntary overtime.
Exactly. All it takes is one little staff trip to All Bar One and happy hour. And that's it. They love an All Bar One.
That's it. Yeah, All Bar One, fam. That's it, fam.
It's true.
They get excited, innit? People get excited. Some people try and, I don't know, fam, they get a bit of alcohol down and think, yeah, this is my time. It's not your time. It never was your time.
My time to shine.
Yeah, like.
Do you think it's because...
I always looked at you, I've always noticed you, but I never really want to say anything, you know.
Do you think it's because people have...
crawl back in your show, fam.
They put too much time at work. Like, they spend so much time at work with different people that they probably spend more social time at work than they do with their partners at home.
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's a big fact.
Come home at different times.
You spend most time at work than you do anywhere else.
Yeah,
I was having we was having that conversation the other day.
Yeah, we were saying like the more time you spend in it, like someone said, what did they say? Yeah, like they started work. This girl was just like obviously not the best looking, but obviously as they've been working there, just spending time with her, like she's like, right, no, like she's all right, you know.
She needs some milk.
Yeah, man. Like work wives and work husbands are a real thing. I saw something on Twitter that someone asked people to send in their experiences with like, work husbands and work wives, and when I read it, I was traumatized, man.
Swear down.
Yeah, man. Cause like,
you talking about that Olani thread?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
I must have missed this, boy.
It's mad.
It was scary stuff.
Yeah, fam. Like, just talking about like,
see if I can find it.
Yeah, see if you can find it, fam. But it's just like you got like guys and girls. They fully got a whole life outside of work, and they're there slamming on top of the microwave and
at work.
Yeah, at work.
In the
staff.
everyone knows in that.
Like some people might know or whatever, but like I don't know. Some people have like the other half that work at the company and still have another work.
Yeah,
I hate
different
people.
floors,
I hate people.
But do you know what? People are funny because it always starts. There's always colleagues that instigate it because they're always like, "Oh, you two would be good together.
Yeah.
Oh, you two get on so well."
Get on so well.
But yeah.
Oh, but you got a girlfriend, don't you? You got a girlfriend. Oh, never mind. Oh, he's taken. That's probably why he's taken.
Leave me alone, Carol.
Leave me alone, man.
It's always a
Leave me
Carol,
alone.
innit? Leave me alone, Carol.
Let me live. Let me live.
You're not my mum. Stop trying to be my work mum. That's another thing as well, you know.
Oh yeah.
Stop. You're not my mum. Leave me alone.
Nah, allow it. Hey,
It's true though, man. It's always someone instigating the thing at work, and then before you know it, then you start being like, oh yeah, maybe we do suit.
Oh,
Question if you got a whole family at
I've got a
home.
whole family at home and 2 youths.
It's mad.
Found it on our stories, innit?
Oh yeah,
Threads.
Can you have a little read of that quick? I ain't seen this.
How
Is
many
it a long
of
thing?
you lot have had
Yeah, just scroll through it. Innit?
old
Just
mums like 40 plus tried to claim you?
Yeah. I've been in that situation before, in a
They're looking
workplace
for a
where
little midlife crisis, and then they're looking for a toy boy and that.
I used to work at a
What? Like 40 plus year old
toy boy?
Yeah, fam. I
heard that
You
story.
never had that, no?
I mean, I used to work. He needs some milk.
Oh my gosh!
I've worked at a hospital before, and some of the radiographers were liked a bit of caramel.
Oh,
But and they're older. They're proper older. Like you'd think to yourself, and when it first happened, yeah, you're kind of just like, oh, she's just being friendly or something like that. Like
Nah,
she's
it's
old
more
enough
than
to be
that.
my mum. Do you know what I mean? Or she's old enough to be like just an older person kind of in my life that's not really looking at me like that. And before you know it, it's sticking it on you.
yeah.
People have weird fetishes, man.
I can't read this right now, fam.
It's getting you mad, innit?
Workplaces.
Do you know?
Trash,
Do you know what's
trash.
even worse?
What's that?
Do you know what,
That's wild.
do you know what instigates the work wives and work husbands as well? Christmas parties.
100.
Oh,
Christmas
My
parties.
100
The maddest things go down at a Christmas party. That's where you really see people coming out of their shell.
Titty's getting grabbed by the the buffet section. It's long.
I remember I was working for a company and
you lot
at
want
my
to share your
Christmas
stories?
party.
Yeah,
Huh?
go. I was gonna say
okay.
share some stories.
Share
fam.
some stories in it. Yeah, when I was at one of my Christmas parties, I just remember sitting there, yeah, and like this woman that I work with, like she's calm and that, but she will kind of like drop little hints here and there or whatever, but she's calm when I'm at work. She's northern, innit? So when she has a drink, she really has a drink. So we're at the Christmas party now,
Gets
and
into
I'm sitting on one of the stools, just like cooling off. The song's not
Yeah,
really my
yeah.
song, but you know what I mean. I'm just chilling,
Yeah.
catching my vibe.
It's easy.
Why does she come up to me? My legs out, innit? Like out of just hanging off the stool. She's come up to me and she's put her legs in between my legs, yeah, and started grinding up on my thigh, rubbing up on it. All I feel was heat. What is happening?
Just on
Like
heat.
deep heat on my thigh. I'm just like, what is happening? And then I was on the dance floor, yeah. You know, you're doing your little two-step. You're not trying to show yourself up in front of the company. And then she slapped my bum.
No, oh my goodness me! Stop it!
Slapped me like a bad bee.
You're a bitch, bro.
Slapped me like a bad bee.
No,
I said,
bro.
do you know what? I understand why girls. You know,
his eye.
you ever seen a girl's bum get slapped here and then they look behind all shocked? I felt so shocked, bruv. I was like, what's she doing? You know that little jump you do? Like, I wasn't expecting that.
No, bro.
Oh, my
That's
God.
mad.
So
That's
silly.
actually mad, bro.
That's wild, bro.
Try to claim me like that. And you know what? That's how people get excited, fam. Get excited like they're in the work environment without the rules. So
Yeah,
they think,
word. This is my time to
yeah,
shine.
this is my playground.
Yeah,
Let me
word.
have some fun.
Get excited. That's what, like you said, the people get excited and that.
Yeah,
They
man.
think that it's my opportunity, my time to shine.
Yeah, fam. And then some people get slapped with some harassment cases and that.
But hella grievances.
That's
It's the managers that have been working together for 10, 15 years. Like, those are the ones that have like work wives and husbands.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Because they've been in there for ages.
Yeah, been there for
Sometimes
ages.
they try to snatch up the new kid, fam. Whenever there's a new person that comes to us.
because they're bored of what's in there already.
fresh meat.
Trust me, the freshest meat.
Like that, fam.
I want to be his friend. Shut
Get excited.
I'll get him during probation.
If you don't have it, I'll fail him.
Nah. Toxic.
Nah, man. I swear, fam.
What
about you?
No
I
more
know
stories.
I know you got some stories,
Don't
fam.
it's about me, bro.
What about you got some stories? I know you got some stories. No, do you know what?
Good stories.
I can't be that hench not have a story.
Fucking stupid.
Wish I was you.
You don't trust me.
No, I've got a few, but I don't know if he's listening.
I mean, you don't know he's listening.
Could be a bit incriminating, bro. No, it's fine, fam. No, it's not, fam.
Have you ever had someone proper flirting with you at work though?
As in, or what? Another member of staff?
Yeah, and not even like when I say proper flirting, not even that you were entertaining it, but just someone that's really been on to you, and you're just kind of like, you're just playing it off like like how girls sometimes good morning.
A couple times. I think, oh man, like my one most maddest work wife, husband, wife.
Work man.
Can you tell I'm rattled already? My maddest experience was like, this was years back, innit? These times, like, I was young, free, wild and single, innit? So I was all good.
Mm-mm.
But the place I was working, there's just like this woman, and she had obviously a kid and a boy and the other half, innit?
So I didn't hear what you just said.
She had a kid and the other half.
Oh.
Yeah, you heard that, yeah?
Yeah, I heard that. Now I'm being genuine.
I hear that.
I hear that. And like, yeah, like I can use this term now. We had a full blown affair. Like,
Oh my days! Man said I had an affair.
Affair, you know.
Hold on, is she having an affair and you're just joining in? Or
I must be because I ain't got nothing to have an affair. Like, I'm the affairee. Like,
I'll be play devil's advocate.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, bruv. I was taking part in causing damage.
Yeah.
Family was like, I'll come to work every day and like end up slamming it in like the cellar where we kept the drinks and
bottles all rattling and that.
Rough,
fam, it was mad. It was
and the husband had no idea.
bro, the husband ain't got
I'm
a
a six.
clue, fam. It was mad, fam. In the office, bruv. It was mad. It was mad.
That's wild.
It was wild,
And
fam.
then you come home and not suspect nothing.
Bruv.
Can you imagine in your bed?
That's one of my. Oh, fam.
It's an evil world we live in.
It is.
Evil
It's a disgusting world,
It's an
man.
evil world we live in. This
Not proud of it. Just put it out there.
I mean, you were single, you're doing your thing, innit?
Yeah.
As far as you knew, she didn't have a husband.
You know what I mean? Like, disclaimer.
Disclaimer, fam.
Nah, man. What about you? Sean? Not really. I've had like people move to me, but
Of course you have.
okay.
Seen that beard?
Let's stop that right there. Let's nip that one in the bud. It's in the thighs. You idiot.
Tie.
No, you're gay.
Tie.
But yeah, man. Like for me, like, I've always said that's my code of conduct. Like, I don't play around at work, innit? Don't shit on your doorstep. Just don't play around at work. Don't shit on my doorstep.
Not even a skid mark.
Not even a skid mark, mate. Come on.
You want to do some business?
Not at all, fam. Not at all. And like, obviously, there's, men and female.
Sorry, go on.
You lot are stupid. You're actually stupid. No, there's male and females, obviously, at where I work. And, you've had a work husband? Oh, you stupid.
man.
This is what happens when you start joining in before it's your time, fam.
sorry.
Continue chatting rubbish. Don't give me mad eyes. But
Shiver me timber.
But yeah, like obviously where I work, work wives and work husbands and affairs and all that happen all the time. Do you know what I mean? And from where I hear the stories, I'm always just like, I never ever want to be the topic of someone's conversation.
Yeah.
Therefore, if someone's ever trying to talk to me or anything like that, yeah, cool, we can have banter or anything like that, but it will never get to that level because even if you're like, yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody. I don't care.
It always seeps out some way or another, man.
Yeah, I don't care because at the end of the day, especially me, I don't like to be caught out or anything like that. So therefore, if I'm giving you anything to catch me out with, sorry, it's a no-go.
And you know how it starts sometimes as well? It's always the you know, the girl, it's not always this way, sorry, but sometimes the girl will be like watching you in a certain way, and her colleague, who's her friend at work, will see the way that she looks at you, and then she's like, is there something going on between you two? And she's like, oh, no, not really.
Yeah, not really, bro.
And then the cat's out the bag.
Yeah, word. All the beans spilled.
Cat's gone.
Like even one of my colleagues that one of my old colleagues where I was working, no, one of my old colleagues that I was working with, like obviously there was nothing going on with this girl that you were speaking to, but you know, just cool friends, like good rapport, good chemistry and everything, yeah. And then I think one time just in the morning, they must have come in like into work together, innit? But then they must have just like met on the way in, but they like obviously they come down the stairs and whatever, and everyone's just seeing, and all of a sudden like, did you hear so and so stayed over?
Oh my God!
And you know, you've always got them people that are just the Randall from recess, so like they're just ready to report, like tell everyone, fam.
Instigators.
Yeah, and
always,
it's mad.
Always.
Mad. All of a sudden now, this guy's just been beating like 6 or 7 girls at work, and all of a sudden these times he ain't even looked at one, but it's what it is, isn't it, fam? I don't even want to know what's been said about me.
No behavior.
I know best shit's what been said about you, fam.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? Sometimes I sit there and I'm thinking, I wonder what people say about me when I'll go away. I'll go to the toilet or something.
On lunch.
On lunch and things like that.
I've been told I'm stiff though.
Stiff how?
Stiff, like I'm just like.
What, regimental?
Can't get nothing out of him.
Yeah, because when I'm at work, like I'm just like
regimented.
Because obviously, where I was a supervisor, I'll be like, rah, do your work. Do you know what I mean? Like literally like that. But that's how I like to keep it, to be honest.
Yeah, man, it's two
you know
separate.
I mean, if I'm at work, I'm at work.
Yeah, private life and your work life and that separate things.
Word. I've never said, bro.
Yeah, you know, go.
I'm saying I was never experienced none of those things, fam. I keep it platonic.
Yeah,
I make it known, fam, because I'm someone that if I'm not careful, I get myself into problems without
even knowing.
Yeah,
that's
man's needy, friendly, innit?
So I have to be alert at all times.
Too friendly makes sense.
That's the thing. Sometimes it's like not even your fault, fam.
Bro, I'm just being myself. Like I don't even mean. Do you know what I mean? Don't even mean it. I'm a nice guy, really.
I'm just a nice person.
Just a nice person.
Big heart. Big heart. You're silly.
When you're talkative and caring, it's like. You get me?
Yeah, no, it's true, man. People can like take that for weakness sometimes, or take it for granted.
Yeah.
That's the thing, fam. Yeah. You show too much, just a general. Like you just want to look after someone,
looking out for someone.
Looking out for someone, and all of a sudden, you got like favoritism and shit. Like
it's when they latch on because they're going through their own stuff.
Yeah,
their own life, and then you're like, why was I talkative?
Become the agony aunt, like it's mad.
That's what it is.
Sometimes got problems.
It's the one time you decide to take your headphones out at lunch, bro. You've been walking along, and then one of your colleagues from work see you, and you're. I was enjoying that song.
That's right. You know what? Anywhere I go when I'm working, I always walk at lunchtime, fam. Whatever, fam. Because I don't like chatting to some people. I just walk and learn the area and see what's about, fam. Walk every back street. See where
Do you know the funniest thing is? Someone probably sees you every day. Oh, there's a weird guy that walks around at 1 o'clock.
No, but I'll go on the phone.
Nah, being silly.
No, for real. But that's the thing, though. You open up, like, you help out someone in a situation one time, fam, and all of a sudden you're getting daily updates about what Jamal did at night or whatever.
I don't care about Jamal.
Yeah,
man.
you know what I mean? I don't care, fam.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, man.
I hated her.
And then you get put in one work group chat with some of your colleagues, and now 1 or 2 of them got your number.
That's all long, fam.
And they find your Snapchat. There's an added by number.
Stop it. It's actually nuts. And you actually don't know who that is either. It's mad.
It's got you doing hella guessing games, like.
Yeah. But you know, there's some people out there that are like paro. Every time they hear work husband or work wife, they're paro. They're thinking, "Rah, my girl's a bit friendly at work," you know. So like, what would you think? Like,
you have to know your girl.
It's a sign, fam. Yeah, like I mean,
bro, that's a good question.
What's a sign that like, rah?
Eager to get to work. Like,
True.
Or
But you
even-
might just want to be punctual, innit? Like,
oh, bro, yeah, true.
Do you know what? I think you will notice a change if somebody's behavior is normal, and then all of a sudden, like, I think you'll just notice something's going on.
I think you can see the irritation
Yeah.
in certain, like you see, like, like with women sometimes you can see they'll come home and say they got like work drinks or they got something to do after work. They'll come home and then you'll start asking them questions like, oh, like, so what time you got? To be? Oh, I need to get ready quickly. Like, start asking me questions. Like, it's the irritation because they're so willing to want to see the guy that they want to see that you're bothering
or they're
them.
too chirpy.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm actually happy, fam.
And guys as well, do you know what I mean?
A long day as well.
You're so happy.
That's mad. When you think about it like that, like, that's so mad. You're at home with your girl, and she's there doing herself up to go see next man.
Yeah.
Brother.
That's the thing. These type of things happen so often that, like, you know,
People get themselves lost in excitement.
yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
is because it's a thrilling thing.
Yeah, man. It's
It's a thrilling
So like,
concept.
bruv, when I find that next babes, fam, she's staying at home.
staying at
I'll
home,
bring
fam.
home all the bacon. I'll bring home all the bacon, babe.
Invite me to the work party. I
Yeah,
want to go all bar
I
one.
want to come work party.
Yeah, I think that's another sign as well.
What's that?
When you don't get invited to the work dues.
But more time, why would you
I
get
don't
invited
think so.
to
You think
Do you know
so?
what? No, because
at
you
the
know
end of
what?
the day,
Every
you work
workplace,
there, so-
every workplace I've been, you've been allowed to bring your other half if you've got them.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Big man thing.
Okay.
I always thought it's just whoever
Yeah, I always
works
thought
there.
it's just a work sort of thing, and then
No,
like,
they say, look, because sometimes we'll do dinner. Like, you know, certain workplace, they'll do dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
And afterwards, they'll do whatever they're doing. Do you know what I mean? But they'll say, look, if you want your other half to come, my workplace does it all the time.
Yeah.
So if you want your other half to come,
See, that's calm.
Okay.
That's calm.
I'll make sure I'm there, bruv.
but then
so
Hold his hand to my
It's
girl,
when-
bruv.
but some girls don't. Well, not just girls, but some people don't say.
Yeah,
Don't say that you're allowed, you're invited.
Yeah,
Do you know what
they're
I'm
the
saying?
same.
So you're
Everyone
not-
that I've been to, there's never been like the other half come or whatever. It's just literally
Swear.
my workplace. Yeah, it's just all the
Because
guys.
everyone's up to crosses, fam.
Up to the
Probably.
right.
and when
Yeah,
you
it
can
makes
get in
sense
trouble,
then. That
when
makes
you can
sense.
get in trouble as well is when, like, say one of your colleagues sees your partner, just like a week later or something like that. Oh, why didn't you come to the Christmas party? Why didn't you come to the dinner?
Oh
Why didn't you
my
come to the
days.
drinks?
Yeah.
And then you go home, you're like,
Like,
oh, so I could have been invited. No,
It's not even that. It's,
Trust me.
where did you go last week Friday, Derek?
Just went on the lash, innit?
With the lads.
your final answer,
Couple cans.
Couple cans, mate.
Cans with latch, you know.
Nah, fam, that's long still. But yeah, man, this I don't know, this corona it's a bit mad still.
It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Numbers are doubling.
Work just needs to lock off so I can get
Can't
2
you-
weeks on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Talking about a bit FIFA and that.
Could you imagine?
FIFA,
Call of Duty car, bro.
Rainbow Six.
You know?
I know. Let me log into the remote desktop.
Yeah.
Let me just do my thing from home.
Trust me.
Let me go. Let my people go.
Let us be. You guys are lucky though, fam, because like, I don't know. We can't work from home, like. You can't work from this.
This is the thing, yeah.
What,
'cause
I'm gonna be giving out directions in my bedroom. Oh, we get to London Bridge. Okay, all right. Northern Line. Like, can't be doing that.
This is the thing, yeah, because the other day when I was at work, they came around with like a survey to ask people, oh, would you be able to work from home? Because at my job, you can work from home, but they haven't really set up that whole home working lifestyle yet.
Yeah.
So it's more so a thing of where like they're asking people, oh, do you have a landline? Do you have a laptop or a desktop where you can work? Do you have a smartphone? Things like that. So you can see that bit by bit they're kind of like preparing or prepping people to kind of go down that route. But I've heard so many different things. I think most of the time they're gonna like split the workforce in half. So like half of the people will be at home for 2 weeks
And then
of the month, and then it'll rotate, and then the other two will go into the office or whatever. So all it is for different things, but
Were you saying what if they were to say to go home? Could you work at home?
yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to be able to work from home.
You reckon you'll get stuff done? Yeah?
Huh?
You reckon you'll still get stuff done?
Yeah, I had one of my last jobs. I was working from home as well at times, and it was bliss in a way. You just not wake up when you want, but roll out in your dressing gown.
Yeah.
You're good.
Come and see what you're doing.
Good to work. I just log in. Are you good?
That's calm.
All the
me.
food as well. Like,
Streets look quiet outside. You're like, oh, this is kind of bliss.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Go for a
I understand
walk
why
if you
people
want.
actually like this.
can't
But
lie,
this,
I'd sleep in all the time, fam. It's peak.
Yeah, man.
yeah, coronavirus is absolutely
I just
crazy.
get one of them things that like just make sure the laptop's active
trust me.
while I'm sleeping. fam.
Just like, you know, you log in at the right time.
Yeah,
log
yeah.
into the interface. Just
Yeah.
log in, make sure they know that you're awake.
They've got this thing called worldometers, and you can basically see the level of the coronavirus spreading. They update it every day at 4 o'clock, so you can literally go onto the website and just see how it's expanding. But it's absolutely crazy the amount of cases that are just popping up here and there,
especially in UK now as well.
Yeah, and it's a thing of where you can't really keep a real time tracking of the virus spreading, because how do you do that?
Literally. Unless people come forward, like, and then you have to. Yeah, it's mad.
People are already funny about going doctors and stuff like that. At times. Some people just stay at home like, it's just a cough stuff.
Yeah, you just don't know as well. That's they said. What did they say? You got 3 symptoms. It's coughing, the chest pains, and something else.
You got dry throat.
Yeah.
Got dry throat, loss of breath as well. Apparently, it feels like you're breathing through one lung.
That's what they said.
And that lungs through for a paper bag.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's rough, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a fever as well.
Yeah, fever.
You get a fever. But are you lot actually shook of this?
Do you know what? I wasn't.
I don't want to
weeks ago. I'd say like 3 weeks ago. I was speaking to someone about going on holiday and things like that, and they asked me, "Oh, like, are you worried about it?" And I was like, "I'm not really worried about it per se at this moment in time, but the way it's escalated over the last couple of weeks and seeing Italy go into lockdown, and then even today, Northern Ireland, they closed off all the schools.
Even the footballers are getting
it, just closing these things off. It's just making
Tom
me
Hanks
think to myself. Yeah, Tom Hanks. They caught it in Australia when they were filming. I think the Elvis Presley biopic.
Okay,
they're filming
that's nuts, man.
So there's just like it's everywhere in a sense, and I just feel as if we're not able to keep a track of it, or and I don't feel as if the UK is maybe doing enough or putting enough measures in places to actually contain it in a way.
We seem mad like laid back right now in terms of like the country as a whole. We just seem like okay.
Yeah.
I think
compared to what
most I've seen is toilet
roll
roll go flying off the shelf.
Toilet roll, pasta
gone.
Yeah, pasta, bro. Pasta's gone. Swear down.
With the noodles and
dry food, everything
It's
gone. Like, I don't understand though. This is what I'm like mad confused about. Yeah. Why are you buying toilet roll? What? No.
You're right.
Genuine question. What are you buying it for?
Yeah, it's panic buying.
Does it make you shit?
Panic buying.
Corona don't make you shit. So why are you buying it?
It's true.
People just want to.
People
just want to
take
take part.
It's one of them things.
People just want to. People just want to take take part.
No, but man are running in on boxing man for toilet roll, fam.
Yeah,
fighting.
Give me the Hendrix.
Like I don't understand it.
Hey, there's nothing.
I can understand if Corona made you do a madness on the toilet, but it's not even that. Yeah. So why are you grabbing up toilet roll?
There's nothing like seeing people beef for in supermarket. Remember, was it Black Friday or something? Black Friday. People on the floor, spotting each other.
Lost LED TV, like.
Yeah, and it's a dead thing. It's non-brand as well.
one Hitachi or something.
Yeah,
Mitsubishi.
Still got a DVD compartment on the side.
Still got a back off.
Yeah,
the slim back, the flat back off.
It's going for £50 that.
Yeah, but this coronavirus is absolutely wild.
I know, man.
You know what? I feel like I'm obviously genuinely worried, but I'm like, if I get it, I just feel like I'll be mashed up for 2 weeks, and I feel like I will come back. Do you know what I mean?
Course.
Like, because a lot of people, especially in the news, they're focusing on the deaths. Obviously, they're going to focus on the deaths.
A lot of people are recovering.
A lot of people are recovering. Do you know what I mean? And it tends to be obviously a lot of older people that are obviously
older people that have a lot of underlying health issues as well. Yeah. So the thing of as well, like, is a thing like you said. I'm not even worried about if I catch it. Cool. Like we're young.
Yeah.
We're healthy. We're fit. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not like our immune systems are done out here. They're not. Our immune systems are calm. So they'll be able to fight. They'll be able to fight whatever. It may, like Sean said, it may take a while, innit?
Yeah.
But you'll still combat it.
Yeah.
And the thing of as well for me, I'm more worried about my elderly.
Yeah,
and
that's
the kids.
Me.
Yeah.
My aunt's not too well.
Yeah.
So it's the thing of like, like I don't even want you touching roll.
Literally, that's like how I am in my
like,
it's true,
what do you need from the market illusion? Because I'll go and grab it. Don't come out of your room kind of thing.
Market, you know. Flipping breeding ground for Corona's like rubbing its hands like Birdman.
The maddest thing is as well that they like, as much as I'm worried about older people, but even in Italy, the not average age of it, but it's not even just older people that are contracting the virus. It's people of like middle age as well that are getting it, and they haven't really determined what the after effects of coronavirus is. So you heal from it, or
But
you
it
get over it, but I don't know what.
Effects,
does it have an effect on your lungs for the rest of your life?
Yeah,
because you think about it, they're going to have a vaccine in the next year from now. I've been reading different reports, and they're probably going to have a vaccine for it at some point. But then this is the whole other thing. Like, do you really want to take a vaccine for something that could have a long-term effect on you? I can't remember where it was a couple of years ago, but people had vaccines for something, and then they found out that it started giving them health problems that when they were having children, they were autistic or things like that. So we don't know what it's really doing to us. We don't really know what's going to... It's a new strand.
And how do you take a vaccine for something you don't fully understand? Yeah. Or how do you even make one? Do you know
something that came from a bat.
Yeah.
Or a snake.
That's the one that I touched on. Do you man think it's actually been... It's come about from a bat or wherever this is come from? Or do you think it's man-made?
I think it's man-made.
I think it's man-made because for a virus is a virus. It will do what it's doing. It will latch onto stuff as it does. But this teams up with whatever's wrong with you in the first place to mash up your immune system and your respiratory system. That's specific. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there were some mad scientists in Wuhan were doing shit that they shouldn't have been doing. And it just, either they might have even let it out on purpose, maybe. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a conspiracy.
Yeah, same. Yeah. What's yours?
Do you really want to hear it?
I want to hear it, bro, because it might even be the same as my one.
I don't even want to get nabbed for this by the police.
You won't get come on,
sex and all of that.
Shall I say what I've...
Yeah, I'll say mine after.
Yeah, like, so... It's mad because with coronavirus, it might be a thing of where, you know, it might just be that it's wild meat that, you know, because in certain places in China, a lot of this wild meat and rare meat is actually banned. Like, if you go to certain major cities like Shanghai and places like that, you're not meant to be selling rare meat like bats or snakes or things like that. It's not allowed. So it's only when you're going into these smaller towns that, you know, have these markets and things like that, and they're selling certain rare meats that you can sort of contract certain viruses like that. But if it is just this kind of man-made thing that they've put out as like a conspiracy or as a distraction or whatever, it probably maybe is just a distraction, because you've got to remember a couple months ago there was the whole situation in China with the concentration camps
and the Muslims,
and it's almost as if we haven't even heard anything about that since.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that was a very big thing that was happening, and it was being reported. I know people say all the time, oh, it's not getting coverage, but it depends where you're looking sometimes, because if you're looking at just BBC News for London, you're not going to hear that. You're going to hear what's happening up in Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Or in South London. If you're watching Sky News or whatever, you might hear a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I agree.
So maybe it's just a distraction. Maybe it's like, because we've not heard anything about these concentration camps really since that.
Yeah, I got my little conspiracy.
Go on.
Let loose.
I feel like it is partly a distraction because there's other illnesses that kill thousands of people each day. But what I was gonna say, what I think is, I feel like China or the USA, but I actually feel like it was China, was trying to make a biomedical weapon, and it went wrong, and it started wiping out their people. They couldn't control it, and the reason they wanted to make that weapon was because they want to be the most powerful country in the world. Because remember,
I can see that
they had it's either that or USA made it and planted it there to try and destroy the Chinese economy, innit? Because it's growing rapidly. But if you remember the Huawei phone, they wanted to get it into America, and then obviously the UK and other parts of the world, but they banned it. They wouldn't let it. Because it's a better phone than Apple iPhone. So if that catches on, everyone's gonna flip their phone. Apple will drop all of these things. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a tug of war for some sort of power here. It's really unknown politics. We think we know what the politics is, but I feel like it's really
it's only
unknown politics.
only scratching the surface, isn't it? Because they did say that things like World War III or whatever.
That's just
won't
conspiracy theory, though.
Yeah, it's just a conspiracy theory.
It's not
innit?
true, by the way. That's just
What's that?
disclaimer.
I'm
saying it's just a conspiracy, innit?
Yeah, because you don't know. With
never
conspiracy theories, you don't actually know how much truth is behind
Behind
something,
it.
and you'll never really know the truth.
You
That's why
never
it's a
know,
conspiracy
bro.
theory.
Yeah.
But like they even said that World War III will probably be fought by things like medical weapon or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be fought with guns.
Because you wipe out more people, fam. It's
artillery.
disease.
Yeah.
It's a disease. It'll be fought on like a cyber attack.
It's
Because
cyber-
that's the world we're in right
It's just
now.
a bomb and it will spray everything, everyone in that region, fam.
Could you
Gone.
imagine?
That's
Come like that bomb that hit in Japan, fam. And mash up everyone, and then
That's just
whoever's in the radius.
That's
is
just
like,
the world. That's just where we're going now, isn't it? Like
mad mutating of that.
we're in that era now of everything's less guns, less like
More
all that kind of
technology.
stuff, more technology. That's what it is.
So you got to think what some of these nations and everything have hidden away. You
It's
know, and
mad.
then
We
what they've
probably
been
don't know
working
the
on.
half of what they've got going
Fam,
on.
these hackers are more dangerous than these gunmen nowadays.
Trust me,
man.
bro.
Anonymous
They could've
shutting down PlayStation
You know
Network.
what, man? They could
Keyboard
have
warriors is
even
the real
made
thing.
the virus, and been injecting people. That's what they could have been doing, fam. Been injecting people, and then it spread too quick.
Yeah.
I got a little theory as well, to be honest. Because obviously we know for years, how there's like always been an issue with population control.
Yeah.
Like say like the Asian parts of the world, so like the Chinas, the Koreas, all them kind of parts. So for me, I just see it as the thing as well, like in families over there, you're not allowed to have more than one child.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
for me,
Is that still?
I think they lift.
alright.
They lift, but it was
Is
that
that
like
any
that
two
one
children
point.
now?
Is it?
I think they've probably got something in place, something
It's-
else now.
I think
but
it's
it was
something
like
still in
that. It
place,
used to
but
be.
they've
Yeah,
left
it was like that for a long while.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
For a while, and it's because like they have so much people over
I
there.
used to banter my Chinese co-worker about it.
Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like over there is just mad busy, and for me, I personally feel like they've used this to try and decrease the population.
See, biomedical weapons. fam.
Yeah, that's for me. Like,
What's the most effective way? They even tried that combined with homosexuality. Let me put it like that. It's gender control, fam.
yeah, no word.
Ain't
Word.
making
All,
no
of,
kid.
all of that is gender control because you can't make babies
Yeah.
if you're homosexual.
Scratching
Words
another
to
topic.
Vibes Cartel.
Yeah, no word.
Yeah,
Word.
it's mad.
But yeah, for me,
Leviticus 20 verse 13. Read that.
You're scratching the
it's
next
like
topic.
church,
Yo,
I'm just saying that's why that stuck in my head. In it, but yeah,
I heard that.
no word.
but yeah, man.
But yeah, I just feel like for me, I feel as if it is population control. That's gone wrong.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
gone terribly wrong because now it's controlling population in all parts of the world instead of just over
where
there
they
where
are.
the main issue was.
But
But
that's
that's
the
we ain't got
thing.
no population control over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying,
Yeah, and it's also like when you look at like everyone's probably seen that picture of the bat in the soup, and it's still got its whole like its teeth and everything,
yeah, smiling and
and you know like a bat just stays in a cave and it's dark. Sometimes they don't see any light at all. Do you know what I mean? And you know them type of things, they're not supposed to be eaten, man. They're not
Seasoned
supposed
by
to.
darkness.
No,
blood.
they-
Seasoned by darkness, fam, marinated.
Seasoned,
You know that for
Bats
lifetime
are
of
blind,
marinating,
you know?
fam. You're not.
and them man eat that.
s-
Them man over there eat that for
slow
fun,
roast,
you know.
yeah. They had to
For
go
bands.
offside to go and catch that.
Alive.
Yeah, yeah, but get out.
Did you know what? Then again, it's population control. If you want to look at it from that angle and be as conspiracy theorist, because there's the poor out there are actually really really poor, and the rich are stinking rich.
Yeah, it's true.
And it stays like that. They're what do you call it? Socio-economic. What do you call it?
Hierarchy.
You know the
Yeah.
classes of people. It's
Yeah,
peak, fam.
yeah.
The
The
hierarchy
working,
is mad
like
out
the
there.
social classes and that.
Because the poor, they're like really poor, bro. Like when I went to Hong Kong, I went to Hong Kong 2 years ago. But me, my mum, my cousins friends and that, we all went for like a trip to Asia, innit? So we did half the trip we did a few days in Hong Kong and the rest, like we did like a week and a half in Thailand. When we went to Hong Kong, because we done a tour, we got a deal on it, but we thought we was going to a nice place in Hong Kong. We went
trash.
to the Gaza, bruv.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This place knocks straps off Brixton, Peckham, back in 06 days, fam. It locked
So
straps.
don't.
Bro, it was slums, fam. You know how if we don't have enough housing out here, which we don't, but that's another topic,
Yeah.
you build out. You build because you got a lot of land around you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't do that. They build up, fam.
Yeah.
Everyone,
It's
you got
tall,
like
innit?
10 people to one bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough, and then you see people, they're actually dirty. They're sitting on the street selling their fish or their crickets, and because you know they eat them red foods and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's crazy, fam.
That's not.
People are rough. Like you just see people. Like it's actually, you know, when you see old Chinese films,
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
the slums, and you just got one man, the butcher with the knife, and he's
Yeah,
just slapping up meat and that. It's
Yeah,
like that, fam. It's peak.
You ever seen
Proper slums.
that film? And you watched that film Parasite?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you watch that and you just see how they're living to start off with, it's mad. It's like you imagine
good film?
Huh? Yeah, very good.
Old thing?
I like
Old
it.
film?
Huh?
Old
No,
film?
no. So just come out.
Oh,
What is it?
It won
Horror?
an
Is it a
award.
thriller? What is it?
I'm not even sure what you'd call it. It's like not a horror. It's like, I'd say kind of like kind of like thriller, a thriller.
Parasite,
But it's South Korean, but obviously got subtitles in it.
Okay.
But I say just watch it because
I ain't trying to read from.
No. But listen, trust me. Like because I started reading it and I saw it was in South Korean and I just exited that window. innit? But it's actually a good film.
Oh, so you went back to it then, yeah?
Yeah, I went back to it and because I started seeing it on billboards and on the underground and it won an award because it's the first non-English thing to win an award or whatever. I can't remember what the award was, but
Check it
so
out.
I was like, yeah, calm.
Yes, movies.
Yeah, man.
It's mad. Do you think the UK is doing enough to contain it?
I don't think so.
Do you think we should have like shut off our borders a lot sooner? Should we have done Austria? Austria right now have literally closed off all. Well, they've closed off their borders to Italians, so they're saying to Italians, "You can't come into this country." That's
Yeah,
it.
straight,
and so many
fam.
other places have done it. They've
Straight,
done
fam.
similar, taken similar measures.
There's no hard feelings out here. We're just trying to make sure we live past
Trust me,
our
I
time.
think
fam.
Do you know what's very interesting here? You see, like how we've come out of the Commonwealth in the sense of like the European Union and stuff like that. It's interesting that when a national crisis or global crisis happens, that whole we're part of the European Union goes out the window because you look at Austria and you look at Italy, they're both part of the European Union.
Yeah.
And it's
There's
like
like,
now they're telling like they're
Every
like
man for
can't- I'm not
themselves
every
kind of
man.
thing,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. Nationalism comes in and it's just like everyone for themselves.
I don't know,
Every
man.
nation for themselves.
Yeah, it's true.
So all of
You ain't
these
coming here with
politics
that.
and stuff got out the window when these sort of things
That's a
happen.
valid
so-
point, you know. Bro.
It's true.
Yeah.
Just goes to show at the end of the day, bruv, it's a dog eat dog kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? You got to look out for number one.
It's the world we live in, fam.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why if you feel you need to take your time off work because of Corona, do it. But your employer ain't gonna be there pumping your chest when you're struggling.
Exactly.
Exactly. If you need
Yeah,
to take that week off because you think that you've got a cold or something like that, and you're just like, if I stay here, it might get worse. I'm also having to go to work, so it's making me tired anyway.
Yeah.
More susceptible to certain things.
If you keel over,
take those
fam, they're
7 days.
advertising your
London
thing
will
at the
go on
end of the day,
lockdown
fam.
soon. All these other countries can't go on lockdown, and London don't go on lockdown.
Yeah.
It won't be. I don't think it'll be as severe unless it picks up. But yeah,
But bro, it's been picking up though.
no, but like the way it spread it in Italy.
Yeah.
because that is peak. There's
Yeah, the
no
way it
one
spread
on
in
the road.
Did it
Italy,
spread like
yeah.
that because they had obviously their like, was it Rugby World Cup going on,
I think it's because they didn't.
or they just like
They underestimated the. They underestimated. They didn't catch it soon enough. That's what I've been hearing. I listen to a lot of LBC. So from what I've heard, they didn't just catch it soon enough, and before they knew it, it just multiplied, and they almost weren't prepared for it because Italy has the second best medical healthcare system in the world. Like it's ranked second
After
best
who?
Yeah.
after Japan. Japan's
Really?
first, Italy's second,
Yeah.
and they can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
So they haven't got enough respirators and things like that. Their doctors in Italy at the moment are trying to. They have to make the hard decision of deciding which patient between they're going to give the respirator to.
That's
If they're going
nuts.
to give it to the old person, they're
That
going to give it
is
to the young
rough.
person, just because it's crazy, absolutely crazy. You hear
I know
people.
how I'd give it to you.
You hear people in the news talking about it's like one in, one out
It is
at,
what it is,
at
man.
supermarkets. They close down other restaurants and stuff like that. The only thing that's open there right now are pharmacies and supermarkets.
It's crazy, man.
Some woman at work told me that she went to she went to Costco. No, her sister went to Costco the other day. She got sprayed. She got sprayed down.
Stop it. Could you
sprayed down
imagine?
with one mist.
Come like monsters ain't
That's mad. Yeah, no words.
in it.
No,
It's mad.
On arrival.
Can you imagine?
Store getting
Costco.
sprayed, man. Coming up with that.
All your 12 rolls of toilet rolls sprayed down.
Sprayed, fam.
It's mad. That's actually mad.
Yeah, so I think so we're like, you know, a good bunch of guys. We've known each other for quite a long time.
Yeah,
some time.
You know,
years.
Some of us have been saying primary school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're big men now. But I mean, growing up, especially as young black men, are like role models. You turn to look at your parents, and it's quite interesting because, you know, the group that we're in is, again, obviously for anyone listening, it's not just us four. There's a whole bunch of us, do you know what I mean? And we're a brotherhood, do you know what I mean? We're a family. And when you look at the circumstances that, like our parental circumstances, it's crazy because a lot of them are very different, yet we've managed to find similarities between each other. And sometimes even the differences are the ones that bring us together, do you know what I mean? So yeah, like for me, I feel that with my parents, growing up, I've had my parents have been together and everything like that, and you know, now my parents are divorced, and I think that for me that kind of that really has an effect on, you know, things. Even if you don't think that it does, it always has an effect on, you know, things that you do day-to-day life, you know, how you've grown up to how you've got to deal with life now. I can only imagine how some of my friends have gone through. Some of them, you know, they haven't had parents there or haven't had parents together, you know what I mean? But
I was even going to say, you know, like you said about, you know, parents going through divorce and stuff like that, it affects people at different points in time. You know, I was lucky and fortunate enough to have quite a good family life, and still pretty much to this day as well, but up to a certain point, you know, my parents were together and then they divorced, so, you know, but where it happens is very vital as well, because I was around 15 at the time, and that in itself is a very critical stage in the development, especially as a young man when you're turning into an adult, and sometimes there's so much tension between your parents that, you know, maybe your dad isn't doing as much as he can maybe do because he's not realising that, you know what, there's my son or this and that is growing up and he needs me to be the role model that he needs me to be a role model for him to just get on with life and to learn how to be the man he needs to be. So, you know, things affect people at different times. You know, that's not to say that someone who's 25 and their parents divorce, that it doesn't affect them or hurt them or anything, but it's just it's just dealing with different things at different points in time. But it's people get triggered by different things at different points in their life.
True.
Yeah.
What about you guys? How do you feel your parental upbringing has affected you growing up?
Boy, for me, obviously, like we all lot know, I never, like, I lost my mum when I was young. So like when I was 4, I lost my mum to cancer.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
Love. And on my dad, like, I don't. Never ever laid eyes on the guy. I don't know who he is.
Really, you know?
I used to sing that with passion. I could relate, fam. Me mom,
But like I didn't. Obviously, like it was hard because it was a thing of like my aunt. After my mum passed, she was the youngest out of 3 sisters. So it was like my aunt was the oldest, and she took me on alongside my godmother, and her and my godmother raised me. So like I didn't have like no male figure in my life whatsoever. Having said that, I had my godfather at times, but it was a thing of I would see him, I don't know, every other month or...
Which godfather was that?
I was asking a question. You know. Uncle Sinclair. Uncle Sinclair, shout out to you, man. But yeah, so it's like my upbringing was very different because I was raised in a household of women, a lot of women, because my godmother had a daughter, my god sister. So it's like, for me, it wasn't a bad thing. You know, sometimes they say like, oh, if you're around a lot of women, you may grow up to be soft, or you may grow up to be one way, or do you know what I mean? For me, nothing of the sort. if anything, I found I don't know, I respect women a lot more. In terms of actually what they do, in terms of bringing and raising up young black boys. Well, in our case, my case, young black boys, it's not easy, especially with no father figure around as well, man. It's difficult. So for me, respect.
Yeah.
Just seeing them, like the struggle, the sacrifices they made, all of that kind of stuff to kind of, you know, give me a childhood that would try and distract me from what was happening in terms of not having my mum around, because I was quite young in it, so I was asking hella questions like, where's my mum, when's she coming back, things like that. I didn't really understand. So yeah, man, it was obviously different to you lot, because you know you had your mum and your dad, but for me, yeah, very very different circumstances. But yeah.
Do you know? So just sorry, like, obviously, just you know, we always have banter in it, and I always like to make light of the situation. Something just came from my head, you know the picture where it had the guy waiting around the corner with the pie, waiting for my dad to come home. and he's still there, like.
That's me, cuz.
That
I'm still there.
Do you know the maddest thing as well? Sorry, I was gonna let you go. But like even like generational curses, innit? So you know, there's times where a lot of black men or a lot of black people growing up, especially young black men, have not had their fathers around. And you know, there's multiple reasons why you could say why they haven't been around, and you can look at certain cultures, you can look at certain things to think why they're not around, but it's really about breaking that cycle as well. Do you know what I mean? And some people have been fortunate enough to have parents up until a certain point, or you know, some people don't have parents at all or whatever, but it's really about trying to redefine, you know, what family I guess is to you for what it is, because it's a very subjective thing. You know what I mean? There's not one blanket term that defines it all. So sorry, Dan.
No, calm, man. This is we're getting vulnerable here, innit? It's mad.
Drizzy.
Touchy territory.
Share man's heart and that. But yeah, like, I wouldn't say I had a good upbringing. My mum did a fantastic job. My nan
auntie
didn't know my dad, but like I wouldn't say I had a bad upbringing. But I wouldn't. Some of the experiences I've had in life, I wouldn't wish them on anyone, if that makes sense. So it wasn't a bad upbringing, but some of the experiences were a bit peak for me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you have to grow up at a certain age, and you know you miss out on a few things. But for me, it's always been me and my mum, and me and my nan. When I was young, my mum got married to a guy, which is my little brother's dad. So he was like a stepdad for a little while, but that relationship wasn't very... It's a bit tight still. It was a bit of a toxic relationship, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that led for one thing and another for me and his relationship and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I ended up becoming sort of like a father figure to my little brother.
Yeah.
So already, I mean, I had a childhood. It was a good childhood. You know, you do all the normal things. I mean, you're poor, but you don't know that you're poor. Do you get what I'm saying? Not until you see like your friends that might have money or they're a bit more fortunate or a bit better off. But I was never born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I didn't know that we didn't have silver spoons. Do you get?
Preach.
Yeah.
It's really nice because good parents or good upbringings will do that. As I got older, mum's like, look, like you don't even know we had to go without this and that just so you could do this and that. So you kind of appreciate that, and you kind of, you know, think to yourself, you know, it wasn't so bad, even though sometimes, you know, like the electric might cut out and you have to use candle, or you have to boil the water with the kettle and the pots just to get hot water because you know boilers out and stuff like that. You kind of appreciate little things and how to survive, and realizing as a man when you get older how tough it is for women, let alone, you know, single mums. I got godchildren. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't always see them, but when I'm around them, it's like, like hard work. Do you get what I'm saying? It's hard work. So for a mother, you know, I see a lot of young mums, and even, you know, my godchildren's mothers and stuff like that. Like they're young. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's not easy when you're alone. So it makes me respect my mum even more to think, right, like, you know what? I'm blessed to even have grown with you, but
you done alright still.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
2 guys, it's not easy to raise 2 men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This day and
It's
age
not
as
easy,
well.
you know, and for them to turn out decent, like, you know, they never brought police to my mum's door. I weren't the smartest at school, but I tried. You know what I'm saying? I tried. I didn't let her down. Like, I tried. I passed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm just trying to live a decent way. Like, one thing she taught me was, you know, you never get things in life for free.
Yeah,
You always
yeah.
have to work. So no matter what you do, make sure you know how to do something so you can earn something.
One of
You
the
know
times
what
I
mean?
heard that, boy.
Yeah, I was working
Nothing
from
in life is
15.
free, boy.
You get me? Paying certain things by a certain age, like.
Yeah.
So you grow up before your time. So you still have your childhood, but you kind of grow up before your time because you're looking after your little brother because you know him and his dad are not so good, and you know he's not around no more, and you're there in the crucial parts. It's literally like I literally feel like he's my son sometimes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Literally.
You can't help it.
And I'm not. I'm his
Yeah.
older brother, but the talks we have, the discipline I've had to give him, the morals that I've had to install in him, is that's my project.
Yeah.
That's mine. Do you get what I'm saying? And
You've
I'm
had to
proud
grow
of
up a little quicker than
you don't bring no
would have
trouble. Do you
wanted to.
get what I'm saying? So my childhood was, I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't change it. There's, like I said,
He's made you essentially who you are today, bro.
like I said, I had a solid foundation, I guess, but some of the experiences you just, do you know what I mean? And it, like you said, it does have an effect on you as you grow older, and you think to yourself, right, like, was that really happening, or did I really go through that? And do you get what I'm saying? You realise that sometimes it can be a bit of trauma, and you're just living with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And that's the other thing as well. Like my mum, someone used to say to me as well, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
There you
Facts.
go.
And
There you go.
you know what I mean. You can do as much as you can for certain, you know, for your children and things like that. But you just hopefully, in some way, just hope that you know some of the morals and things you installed in them, or certain things you've said, will hopefully just carry them through at some point in their life. Do you know what I mean? Because people can only.
Do you know another big thing is with upbringing, a family like uncles and cousins and stuff like that. Because my male role models were most likely my uncle, my mum's immediate brother, and my granddad maybe. Do you get what I'm saying? But like they weren't doing much, but they was always there to keep me on the straight and narrow, keep me on the right path. If that's all they could do for me. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that has a big impact as well. Having a solid family foundation is always a good start. You know?
Yeah. And you know, I was quite lucky in a sense because I had an older brother as well. And you know, he taught me a lot of things. Taught me just being that other male role model. Do you know what I mean? That was there. That was relatable because he's only 8 years older than me. So you know what I mean, like. When you've got an older brother or you've got someone that's similar age to you, sometimes you can teach your siblings
100%.
what you've just gone through. Do you know what I mean? Because sharing knowledge and things like that or life experiences are important to other people. I can share that so someone else knows what I've gone through and does it better than me. Hopefully.
Because I mean, like you've even got when you look at how far we've come as friends together. Do you know what I mean? The amount of if we was to write a book about the stories that we've been through, fam, we wouldn't finish.
We do. It would be a number one selling book.
Definitely. And when you look at even people that are some of our friends that aren't here, you've got some that haven't had their dad due to death. You've had some that have had their father there. You've got some people that have got had their dad there, but there haven't really been much of a father figure. You've had some that have had both their parents alive and gone. Yeah. And they've just left them to Bambi when it first came out, like literally just
fend
left them to fend for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man. It's just like, I mean, again, for me, I can only say like I feel like obviously I was blessed, because I always used to look around and think, you know what, these lot have had it hard, and I've still got my parents are still together, but then obviously they've separated, and I'm 27, I keep thinking I'm 26 going to be 27, and my parents are divorcing, and I know that it has an effect on me, do you know what I mean? And then sometimes it's like, I think one time where I had a realization about almost like you don't know how lucky you have it, because my dad's quite healthy, my mom's quite healthy.
Yeah.
Where did I go? Yeah, my granddad's funeral in Jamaica, and I was the only cousin to go. All his kids, like I think there's about 10, 11 of them. So my uncles and aunties all went to Jamaica. I'm there, and obviously I'm almost like representing my cousins, do you know what I mean? Because I'm the only cousin there, do you know what I mean? So then they've gone there, they've gone to go and bury my granddad, and he, like, yeah, it's just some of my uncles, big uncles that, you know, just like breaking down because they couldn't even carry the coffin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it just made me think, and I've even seen my dad break down, do you know what I mean? And that just, it kind of breaks you.
Breaks
but
you,
like,
yeah.
I even felt like, right, do you know what? I was the shoulder for my dad to cry on then. And it's kind of like, even just think to yourself, like, it's mad, you know, because he remembers his dad as someone that used to run around. I can't remember who you were saying. I think you were saying about your granddad or something. Yeah, like running around, climbing tree. I remember that with my granddad. All of a sudden, like, obviously, I looked at the casket. He looked nothing like how I remember him.
Of course.
And I was just thinking, wow, my dad's gonna grow up like that, and he's gonna, you know, all of a sudden he's not gonna be able to move as much, and all it's just
peak, fam.
And you just think, rah, like life, man, it's mad.
Yeah,
it's mad.
It's stuff you just got to appreciate, you know. Upbringing. Sorry, go on.
No, I'm just.
I was just saying that you just got to appreciate your life for what it is, and you know, we've all not had the similar situations growing up, but that is what life is. Life isn't, like I said, there's not one blanket term to define who you are as a person. Everyone's life is different, and that's fine, and family is different to different people, and sometimes people's friends are their family, and that's cool.
Yeah, I was literally gonna,
Sorry, go on. Go on.
No, it's mad you said that, because I wanted to touch on that as well. Like, for me, like, I think my friends, more so, not even more so, my friends in secondary school, played a massive part for me in my upbringing, and they didn't even realise that, in the sense of two people, especially Sean and Andre, I was always around their houses, so I was always involved in family activities. I was always involved in little things like dinner or Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
That's a blessing,
or
fam.
birthdays and things like that. So I used to call.
This guy could make himself a fry up in my own kitchen.
Yeah, bro. Like, I used to call. Not even used to. I still to this day. I still call Sean's dad Pops.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Andre's mum and dad. I call Andre's mum.
Yeah.
I call Andre's dad. Well, yeah. Man like Cole. But I call Sean's mum. But so it's a thing of, like, for me, also, like, obviously, yeah, my home, where my aunt used to raise me, was home, innit?
Yeah.
You can't replace that. That's where I learned things. That's where she raised me, and I'll always be grateful for that. But I was always kind of missing something. Do you know what I mean? I was missing that mum and dad, like, kind of upbringing, that family household, because it was just me and my aunt. So I found comfort. I found that family setting. That's real. Sean and Andre's yard.
Wow.
That's why I was always, brother. I was at Sean's house I was at Andre's house every day during the week when we was younger. Yeah. I used to get in trouble because I'll be at Andre's house banging FIFA with him in the front room, just chilling. Get home late, miss my tutoring, get beats. Next day, same thing, back in the yard playing FIFA. I was at Sean's house every weekend without fail. Man. Every weekend.
You had to join in on the Sunday cleanup, you know, the reggae playing and
that. I was there hoovering, bro. I was hoovering. I was hoovering Sean's house. I was cleaning Sean, like I was cleaning the washing dishes, cleaning the sink, and all them kind of things. It's family. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was like, for me, massive part of my. I could have easily gone off the rails. I had no one telling me. I had no. Especially no, like, father figure telling me, like, raw, this is A, B, C, D, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I had none of that. But that's where I found that in my friends' households. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's bad how we didn't even like each other at the start as well.
Fam, me and him used to hate each other.
Guys
Year
used to snitch,
7
fam.
used to.
I used to snitch.
Randall.
Used to be random in year 7 still. Okay, I'm just gonna tell the teacher.
Yeah.
I was a dickhead in year 7, but yeah, man, I couldn't have. For me, I think everything happens for a reason, and I was placed around people that would help, without them even knowing.
Yeah.
Help bring me up in
It's
a
your
certain
environment,
way,
though,
and,
innit?
and help
It's your
with
environment.
what I was dealing with. Yeah, words.
It's your
And that
environment.
was like it was just a blessing.
It's a
man.
blessing, bro.
It's a
I've
big,
always
big
been,
blessing.
Do you know, I've always been blessed with good friends.
That's it, yeah.
And good friends. My mum always says to me, right, like, you know what, you got good friends, you know. They're all my sons. She like, they're my sons, you know. They're my sons. I was like,
Mums
alright,
always
like,
know as well.
Yeah, they always know.
Mums
Mum always
know
know.
as well. If you're or shit, bro.
Yeah, my aunt's like my mum.
Yeah,
Of
of course.
And it's facts, bruv. They always know.
Of course.
This. My son then text something about her. You know what I'm saying? They're never wrong. They're never wrong.
I remember my mum told me about one of my former friends. She already told me like, right, that watch out for that one, you know. And she's just so right. You know when you're just thinking,
Yeah.
shut up, mum. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, but your mum's, she knows, you know.
Yeah,
'cause
you know what I mean?
I
Like,
love
mum
the way
was
she
just there.
embraces me, you know. She always makes me feel like her son as well.
Yeah.
Man's got families. Man's here, fam. Like, included.
Oh man, yeah, it's mad. But yeah, it's so important to know the friends that you have around you, man.
Friend, you know what? I can't lie to you. Friendship is so important, bro.
So important.
You can feel so alone. The thing is, you can be around so many people and still feel alone.
Yeah.
You get me? If you don't have real friends or you don't feel like people around you are digging you, I think that's a dangerous place to be in. Like for me, I'm an extrovert.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
me? Like I'm a big extrovert, so
Yeah.
I like to be around people. I like the energy. I love it. Do you know what I'm saying? But if I'm starting to feel like I'm around so many people and I feel alone, I gotta check my space, fam.
Yeah.
I gotta check my space and see what's happening because that's not me. It's not healthy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably different for an introvert. In fact, it might well be different for an introvert. But my point is that real friendship, it keeps you out of a lot of trouble, and not just outside, but with yourself as well. Your mind doesn't wander. Like you have someone. Everyone wants someone to talk to.
Yeah,
everyone needs someone to trust.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? At least one person.
Yeah, and
Do you know what I mean?
it's dangerous for like you said as well. I think it's dangerous for both introverts and extroverts.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I think an introvert, they know that they have the family there or they have the friends there, but they just choose to like, you know what, I just want to go home and turn my electric blanket on and go on Netflix and not really talk to anyone. But I know they're there. I know my friends or family are in the house or whatever. But I just want to do my own thing. But having no one at all is a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing. And, you know, throughout life, you've probably seen examples, you know, whether they've been very close to you or maybe not the closest to you, where you could see that person could have really done with a friend or done with, you know, a family member in their life, just guiding them a little bit more. And you see the knock-on effects with it. Everything's, it's like a, what's it, like domino effect? As well. So,
Like I know, hand on heart, like if I was to go out and I was to get legless, like to the point where I'm paralytic, if I'm out with these lot, I know
one of us
that
carrying you home.
someone's taking me home,
I'm-
even
I'm
if I don't
bathing
go.
her skin.
Yeah,
forget
like
that
they
day.
will wash me like one baby, fam. Like you know what I mean? Take the sweet corn out the corner of my mouth and
put you on your side,
Yeah,
take
put
off your
me
t-shirt, put you in your gym jams.
Remember that day? When was we up London?
oh yeah, for my 21st, fam.
Fam, I had to
I missed
take off
that one
my,
still.
no, like biggest pause. I had to take off man's jeans, fam. Take off my creps and that.
Wait, what?
I just remember being carried up the stairs, vomiting on someone's
was
someone's
mad.
loafers, and like I just wake up and I was
Carried
like,
each other at least once.
we all carried each other at least once.
man.
man.
But then again,
I just woke up in my
that's the thing.
my bed.
Like we've all carried each other.
Yeah.
And that's not even that. Like it's not even just
real.
in terms of going out and getting legless. It's all in like life itself. We've all at some point carried one another through something.
Been there for
Do
each
you know what
other.
I mean?
Like, yeah.
And that for me, that's just big,
yeah.
big, and it's volumes.
But yeah.
I don't know what I'd do if I felt betrayed by you. I don't know what I'd do. If you lot went around I just big man.
Yeah,
Man,
no, it's
don't even know
true.
what I do,
I'm
fam.
so blessed to
It's
have
mad.
you lot, because sometimes I think to myself, right, if I didn't have you lot in certain situations, and
You get
don't
me?
know what
It's
happened.
peak, fam, because I've lost a few good friends as well. Do you know what I mean? Rest in peace, all of you guys. But, bruv, like, anyways, you man know, man. Man love you, man.
Hey, I love your loyalty.
I hear that.
Hey, my guy, fam. Yeah, smile, you
I hear
know.
that still, my guy.
Look at you.
No, man.
but
But
yeah,
yeah,
lads.
man. Listen, love your family, love your friends.
Trust me. Go and tell someone you love them right now. Life's too short.
Live with peace now, your art.
Yeah.
Do
If you
good.
feel like you
live
need to
good,
go
be
visit someone or see someone or reconnect with something that's been troubling you, do it and
Build that bridge, fam.
that
Trust
bridge.
me.
'cause
I mean,
you
because
know,
when it's
you
gone,
don't-
it's
Live
gone,
with
fam.
peace, because when you're not peace,
Atlantis
it's peak.
gone, lost city.
It's so easy to bun down bridges. Sometimes it's don't hurt to just build a new one.
rebuild that.
Do you know what
The
I'm saying?
Chinese,
Yeah, trust
no
me.
corona.
Ban Corona, fam.
So yeah, guys. Yes, you've been listening
Yes.
to I Hear That podcast. We out.
Love, guys, love.
Love.
Yeah, flame.
So yeah, just hold on. So actually, I'll do it.
Clap.
Bro, I beg you something, bro. Am I moving mad?
Yeah, you trying to run it now?
Not you.